Zig in the Zone with Ralph Zig Tycho.
That is right, coming to you live from the Bay Area, from Alameda, California. It's Ralph Zig Tycho. You're in the zone. What's happening,
Whoa,
buddy?
I am back. You are comfortably zoned, everybody. And I just got to give props to the very, very meticulous, wonderful producer, Paul Brumbaugh. And I am privileged to have him only if for no other reason you got to get it right. And you do. That's what your mindset is. And we've had like 90 some odd um, shows in the 2+ years, and it's been a delight. So thank you, Paul.
No, it's been great, Ziggy. And, I appreciate the props wherever I can get the props. You're right. There's a couple things. So, like, the one thing, even when I watch your intro, some of the pictures, some of them I have a connection with because it's you and me or you and I. And,
Right.
and so, like, I love the ones of us hanging out at the place on Lincoln, you know,
Yes.
hanging out on the
Yes.
porch, smoking on the porch, smoking
I
out,
held down.
smoking
I
out the
held
bone.
down that porch for a lot of years,
Oh, I
and
know. And I love that little house, man. You could sit on the porch and watch the traffic go by, watch the neighborhood go by.
absolutely, absolutely, watch the world go by,
Yeah.
and
And so it's so I enjoy even looking at little things like that. I enjoy you've been doing it in the Zigmobile for a minute.
right, two
And
years.
so yeah, I mean and yeah, you come into the studio, but you're able to do it right from your phone.
And you're able to do it right from a mobile studio in the
Right.
valley.
Right.
That's and to create all that, I know what went in the effort to create all that for you. So I'm proud of you for your tenaciousness.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I mean, I appreciate the love. I the only thing that saddens me, not to get melancholy about it, is that enough people know about it or how to do it. So I was watching Jimmy Kimmel last night. I shared this with you earlier. I was watching Jimmy Kimmel last night, and they had journalist Don Lemon on there after post his arrest. He was covering an ICE protest at a church in was it Minnesota? It was another. It wasn't It wasn't Minneapolis, but anyway,
Minneapolis?
no, it wasn't there. But it was somewhere else. It was an ICE protest, and he was at a church, and basically, they ended up arresting him a couple days later because they said he was part of the activists or the protesters, but he was really a journalist covering it. And he stated that during his time there interviewing people. And so
Right.
they ended up arresting him. He was on Jimmy Kimmel last night. He was a journalist for CNN for many years. Had a great show. Used to watch the Don Lemon show all the time.
I
Um,
did too.
and so
Opposite Cuomo.
there you go. Uh,
Yeah.
so so what ended up happening is that he ended up saying that he has his own network. I believe it's a YouTube channel, which we now subscribe to as a studio. Uh, but we belong to the Don Lemon family of subscribers on YouTube. And um, he said last night on Jimmy Kimmel the reason that he really appreciates the platform YouTube is that it's independent media. And nowadays, that doesn't matter what side of the media you're on, if you're on the right or the left, that it's been neutered. He used the word neutered. And I like that he used that because Trump has been doing all these slap lawsuits and these crazy billions of dollars, and people are settling out of court. And they're all afraid of going against it because of all these mergers and acquisitions and trades. And So, and you know, the government's not supposed to have control of our media, at least not in a free democracy, right? And so, um, he said that independent media is really where it's at. It's really where the power is at, and I have to agree with him because
We're a
I
part of it.
we are part of it, and I don't care if I might be this might be white privilege speaking, but come on through my door, ICE. Come get me for speaking my truth, in my opinion, because I'm still in
Can you
America.
imagine
I'm still in
how
America, and if I can't speak my opinion and my truth, you better lock me up because it's
it's
not going to
not
be
just
pretty.
the public who's losing their First Amendment, it's the press.
Right.
And he's threatened, as you say, these slap suits. Hey, um, the press, CBS, NBC, they're tedious. They're big business. We're independent and we have nothing to lose.
Well, and
So,
they're big business and have a ton of money behind them, yet they feel like they have everything to lose. Actually, they're in a better position than any of us. Why? Because they have the viewership. So if they actually stood their flipping ground and didn't get all weak in the knees when somebody throws out a lawsuit, do you know? I think it's now Trump's trying to sue our own government, which is he's suing himself. He already
for
did that.
the IRS, for investigating him.
Yeah,
Can you
or that so
imagine that?
that one's already been settled, and now Trump has to come up with the amount that he's going to pay himself in the settlement because yeah. But now it's the other one. The other one is because of oh, what's the other thing now? But he's literally suing the government. For releasing his tax returns during the
Right.
2016 election. So, which he's supposed to anyway. That was a big thing. That was a big vote of contention with the left that, hey, we haven't seen your taxes. And now we know because it was leaked that he only paid $750 for like 2016 and 2017 or something for 2 years there, right around there. He only paid
Right.
750 each year. The guy's apparently a billionaire or billionaire,
Well,
and he's only
Thank Ronald Reagan for setting up the system that the billionaires can get away with this shit.
oh yeah,
And
the trickle down economics. Yeah,
right.
it
And
trickled down from somewhere. I hate to tell you where it
well,
trickled
the
from.
big things, the big thing with him, besides AIDS and all that, but the big thing that screwed our country up was the tax structure, where a billionaire could pay $750,
Right.
and we middle class people are being strained.
Well, yeah, even
And
in this latest tax bill, the what is it, big beautiful bill that was passed in 2025 favors the billionaires. It gave them a tax break, a tax incentive. What the hell?
well, you've mentioned two of the three things in what I call the holy untrinity. And it's big business. We
Right.
talked about that.
Yep, yep.
You talked about government, and what I will bring up now to remind people of our ideology is we are not against religion, or I am not against religion. What I am against is organized religion that doesn't pay taxes and gets the benefit of accumulating all the money that they can and not have to report to anybody. So that's what we do around here. We cover the unholy trinity, and
Right.
it big business could be anything. My beloved baseball. Can you imagine taking an 11-year-old kid who grew up, in this case me, in this case the New York Giants, could have been the Brooklyn Dodgers, they both moved. And there was no eminent domain back then. There isn't today.
Well, I was just going to say
That's
there isn't today. That's been one of our. If there's been a through line of this podcast, it's been eminent domain, and it's not been just for baseball. It's been for everything. But go ahead.
right. And so let me make a positive suggestion to everybody
Sure.
not to worry. Be concerned, but don't worry because Trump is literally, if he isn't now, I don't know when he will be. Because in the past 48 hours, what's gone down has been unbelievable from all different directions, including Melania and Marjorie Taylor Greene. And let's face it, Vance has an ulterior motive. He wants to be president.
he's
And
he's keeping his eyes on the presidency like a like an heir, you know, like basically like the son that's going to get someone's inheritance, and they're on their last, they're in the deathbed, you know. They're
right,
literally on their way out, and
right.
he's already cashing checks. He's already writing checks and sending
How's
checks
Mama
out.
doing?
Yeah, how's mama doing?
Yeah.
She's not looking good.
Oh,
Oh,
she's looking great.
mama,
Don't
that's
worry
no
about her.
good. Yeah, so exactly as we're making every. Oh my god. So that's what
Death
it
can be
is. That,
amusing. Death can be amusing because you know what? Because laughter takes us through life. If we didn't have the ability to sometimes, when things were at its worst, just say fuck it, get the bond,
oh, I mean,
laugh.
Christine tells or asks me, used to ask me, is everything got to be a joke? And I think you're right. The worst things are for me, or in my orbit, the worst things are, the more that I have to make it more palatable to make it through my fucking day.
Yeah,
If I
and it
have to
really
if I
doesn't
have to
matter
poke,
who laughs,
right,
as long as you laugh or one
right.
laughs.
Oh yeah,
They're not on
because
stage, but
right.
you didn't like it? Big deal. I don't like a lot of things. Why
Well,
make a mention of?
my humor's always been about me writing for me, and I cut you off again. I've been doing really good. It's the coffee. Sorry, it's that fucking McDonald's coffee that we got yesterday. I still have it. Um, but you're right. It's absolutely right. I mean, I write jokes for me. I make. I know. I have a little thing that I say is when I write a joke and I'll like say it to my wife. I'll tell my wife the joke, and if she rolls her eyes or doesn't laugh, and I'm laughing, I'm keeping it. And so,
Right.
and because it's literally for me. If I was to, I've written a whole bunch of screenplays for movies that I would like to make at some point, and those are movies I would like to see, movies that I would think was entertaining, ones that haven't been made yet. And so, yeah, I mean, all this stuff is for like-minded individuals, even Ed Studios. Holy shit. If you think about it, let's get Freudian here. Ed Studios is because I want to pay it forward, and I want to extend that out to all the artists to be weird, to do their own thing. That's why when you invited me in the zone, I'm like, yeah, I fit. Fuck yeah, I fit. You and I fit like fucked up puzzle pieces, bro. And so,
Right.
yeah, no, I mean, I write for me, I perform for me. Um, if I didn't have an audience that tried to find me or be a part of it, I get it. But yeah, they say you don't find your audience finds you. It's because you're being
Well,
yourself. You're being yourself.
one of the things about being a having a comic background like myself is that I can communicate with you because I know what you're thinking as a comic.
Right.
I um
And we both kind of
and
slant in a weird sense of humor. We both have a unique sense of humor and they kind of run parallel.
right, and we both get a kick out of making each other laugh. Like I say, when we need it the most,
Right.
because to be honest with you, life isn't all that funny. That's why I admire a comedian, Jerry Seinfeld or whatever, who could keep coming up with material.
Right.
Because
Oh, that's
in
yeah,
these
go ahead.
in these times, um, George Carlin said it
Yep.
best about how he looks at the world, and it's just a peep show to him. He
Yeah,
doesn't have
and
anything invested at this point, at that point in his life.
yeah,
Um,
it wasn't even that. It was a not just that. It was a freak show.
right,
It
exactly.
was like one of those
And
oddities, and he just wanted to. Patrick would tell me, his brother would tell me, I just want a ticket to the show, which means I just want to wake up in the morning to watch the shit happen.
right,
And,
exactly.
and
That's
I was like, fuck yeah, you just want a ticket to the show, which is waking up in the morning. And so I
hey,
can totally relate to that.
let me put something out there, and I'm going to ask you your feelings. Eric Gray just completed his work on music, a 2 volume set. He has 2 baseball books out. He's been a friend of our show from the beginning, and I wanted to congratulate him out of on completing his project. Now
Oh yeah.
you just mentioned that as a creator, you created screenplays.
Yes.
What is the feeling that you got? Was it much like of completion? How was that not? Because I wrote a book, co-wrote a book, and the completion of that was very satisfying. Was it for you?
Uh, so that's a great question, and it's really easy for me to answer. So, when I said I've written screenplays, I've written what they call screenplay treatments or an outline for a screenplay or a pitch.
Right,
And it's basically to give you an idea of what acts one, two, and three would be in a play, what you can expect from this screenplay. But it wasn't written. I mean, I think the longest treatment or screenplay pitch I've ever done is like 4 pages. It's not long. It's enough to
no,
go,
but
oh,
you
I get it.
got the idea across,
Right,
and
right.
that's what you were trying to achieve.
Very, very
And
satisfying on a personal level, but very frustrating on another personal level because I've shared different ones of those projects with different people at different times. And I've had some really good feedback, but they sit as notes in a cloud. That's
right,
kind of the shitty thing. And so like even I took one of them. It was funny because I had taken one. It was just recently I was thinking about it, and I've been using AI a lot lately for different things, for graphics, for creation. Anyway, So I'm like, and even lately, writing, because it will help me just crank something out really quick. If it's like, let's say, an intro for the studio, it's really easy to crank something out. I can use my own voice and just type out the words I want to say, and it's in there because I've cloned my voice on AI now.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
and so, anyway, so I took one of my treatments that I had actually tried to expand on as much as I did in that time. And it was one of my longer writings. It was 4 or 5 pages long. It was too long that if you were really trying to pitch it, people in the room would be like, wait, hold on. Can you shorten this down? We don't get it. Hold on. Or something. It was really, it was taking the concept idea and putting as much as I could into it so that I could fill in as many gaps. And so I ran, so I do that with comedy too. If I have an idea for a something that's funny, I take that little bit, but then I write as much as I can about it until I have nothing left. And so I took the screenplay treatment that I did the same technique to and stuck it and ran it through the AI blender and saw what came up. And it tried to rewrite a whole bunch of different things. It wanted to give me different acts and how about a different scene where this happens. And of course, my AI bot knows me well because it knows everything that I've created through it. And so it tries to duplicate or replicate what I might do in a scenario. And it did expand on it and it had some good ideas, but a lot of it was crap. Some of it was regurgitated from my comedy or regurgitated from an image I made or a sympathy note I wrote for a friend or I've used AI for a lot of different things. I used AI not long ago to render a prototype for a cannabis product that could be sold in a head shop. And I was
Oh,
like, oh,
wow.
I want a PDF design. Please make me a diagram of this, exploded diagram of this idea. And I used AI for it. And again, it's kind of like I'm learning AI because I'm pushing I always push myself to learn new technology. And AI has so many facets and uses, especially in the world that we dabble in. You and I, as a podcaster, we can use it for graphics, we can use it for voiceovers, we can use it for uh, if we're going to talk about something, I can go right now. If you wanted to, you started talking about some baseball player I didn't know from New York or whatever, I could give you, facts about, oh, he's the one that hit the one in the World Series that won oh, okay. And I could keep up with you in a minute because of AI. And so,
But you could have because of Google a year ago.
yeah, I mean, Google is all that intelligence. Okay, so Google's a
Or Bing.
database. Google is a big, so is Bing. So any browser, Google, Bing, Yahoo, any of those things are browsers. So the more stuff that goes into the internet, the more it can pull from. AI does a thing where it does a search and queries all the results and puts them in a ranking and then spits it out to you all in a second. So it's not just looking at one website or a Google search, it's looking at every site it gets its fingers on and reads every article and puts together a synopsis of whatever you're talking about. And it could be just like the weirdest stuff. Like I can't even like so I'm going to my chat right now and seeing what I got. Uh I got a graphic. Wow, I have a lot of stuff. The stuff I do on my AI is crazy. It's all over the place. It looks like
Did you ever have a confusion? Did I write that, or is that a picture of me? or is that AI?
No, so I do. There's been times lately that I've manipulated photos that um I've manipulated photos like the one of me and you. It was like a selfie that we did, but I made it for Christmas and put us in Christmas sweaters and scarves and with the Christmas tree in the
Yeah.
background. So I've done that. I've done that with my dog. I've done that with like my parents. I've done that. I've done during the holidays. I did a whole bunch of took pictures with people and changed the background and changed what we were wearing, but kept our exact same face. And so it's crazy. My mom was like, "We didn't take that," and I'm like, "Yeah, I know, Mom. That's this photo that I changed." And she goes, "Oh, that's when we were at your house." And I go, and she goes, "But that's not at your house." I go, "It's AI. I told it to not put my
Change
house
the
in the background.
background.
Change the background. Change what we were wearing. Put a fire in the fireplace and mistletoe over there and whatever the fuck you want, and it will do." And so,
Right.
yeah, there's been a couple things like that. Um, but only
What
put
an age we live in.
I've only put some of my creative, and I'll say that. I've only put a little bit of my creative writing through AI. Uh and the creative writing I've stuck through has been stuff that I've written all the way out and I couldn't get any more milk from that cow if I tried. And so I've done that to try to get more ideas or to go further on ideas. But most of the writing that I've submitted to AI to have it changed, like I did a thing for somebody's obit the other day. It was on social media, so I took what I'd felt, wrote it in there, and it put it where it wasn't run on sentences. And anyway, so I did that, and then I've done things with titles or I'm looking here, draft. I had a description. I had to write something to post it for someone's how to use their coffee maker. So I literally talked the instructions into my phone, cut and pasted that, and put it into AI, and it put it into like bullet points.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Um, my dog's doing a series. My dog's doing a series. So I did his unboxing description on AI. Um, I did. Oh, I did a thing about. I actually wrote into it about the Epstein files and stuff like that, and it was actually a release. It was about the release of the stuff, and anyway, a whole bunch of holiday portraits, um, photo cleanup. Uh, oh, and then so I did that rap song. I recorded it here in this studio in the Valley and cleaned up the audio through an AI type of thing. Then I took that and matched it to videos that was all done on AI. So
Hey, Paul,
part of that video was done that way. Go ahead.
take credit for what you've done in establishing a remote studio for yourself in the valley. It, it's incredible work. Took like 2 months, but you got it down.
Yeah, and I've had it for now a few years, but I've been focusing my efforts on San Francisco. So even just clearing the dust off things, I was recording in here a long time ago, but I was just anyway. So the remote studio part of it has been really cool because of the skills I've learned. I'm now I'm certified to run uh, network cabling and terminate it. I can run it over long distances. I can run it through walls. I can do different things. I've been able to all I've done is expand my knowledge in how to do things. And so even running network cable is something I just started doing myself because there's a need to run cat cabling and terminate it yourself and go through walls and run it over long distances and work with fiber and a distribution system. We have a great network distribution closet at our studio now. I mean, before it was just basically a whole bunch of wires and a switch. Now it's literally a server, and it's pretty badass. I'm pretty excited about the stuff that I've learned, and so this is an extension of that. Uh,
Good deal.
the remote studio in the valley is just an extension of the knowledge that I've learned, and it's been fun and exciting. So I
Gotta
want you to
ask you about your child,
uh,
Zach. How he doing? Is
Zach's
he
doing good. It's just a daily thing where we just check it, keeping an eye on him. He's been ill for now a couple months, and we're kind of concerned about him. So, well, kind of concerned. We're concerned about him, and so he's doing well today. He got up early, did a few things, then went back to bed. But just staying close to home, keeping an eye on him, taking care of business as much as
good?
possible. And so it was good to see you yesterday. We were able to hang out for at least a couple minutes and
Good to be
talk and catch
seen
up.
when you're in your 80th year. Just that you're seen by someone. And
Oh,
one
do
of
me a
my
favor, buddies.
yeah.
Speaking of being centered or seen, there you go. I wanted to see you.
Uh, uh,
You're like, it's good to be seen, and all I see is the roof of the zone. So
yeah.
okay,
Here we are. Uh,
but anyway, so it was good to see you
which
yesterday,
looks better, the roof of the zone or the old Zig?
or the old Zig. No, we'd rather see the old Zig. We
All
that's what
right. Good.
that's the money shot. That's what we
I
pay for.
enjoyed the compliments too. Thank you, sir. Um, so let me just continue. Congratulations to both you and Eric for, on your own levels, completing what you set out to complete. Doesn't have to be the entire screenplay. Steps, completing steps, very important.
And one thing I feel bad about is, Eric's asked me for musical. He wanted me to contribute, and there's been multiple times where I must appear to be a flake to Eric because he had his book release tour where he was going out and doing different book signings and stuff like that. And then he's asked me to contribute to a couple of his books, and I can't even crank out something really quick that I know that would actually see print form,
Well,
which is sad for me, which is really crazy. It's funny. I'm now
yeah.
getting a call, which I'm not taking it. Should I?
All
No, I
right.
shouldn't take it. No, I'm not going to take it. I just want to know who it is. Um, it's a 408 number, whoever you are. I know you're not seeing me on live right now, so you can only imagine that's what's going on.
And they could
Um,
only imagine how much fun it would be for them to see you live.
yeah, yeah. Don't worry, we'll get them one way or another. We'll get them one way or another.
Next time you'll be live, perhaps, and she'll see you in the 408 area code, which
There
is
you
where?
go. South Bay, San Jose.
Oh, okay. Um, hey, listen, lovely kibitzing with you today, man.
Absolutely. Always good catching up with you. How's the weather in Alameda? Tell us what's going on there.
It's absolutely beautiful. Mid 60s, January. Um, Unbelievable. I know you were a little cold this morning in the studio.
But yeah, but now it's beautiful. It's a beautiful 63 and sunny, and I had the space heater on, so it's a beautiful day.
Nice.
Things are good in the valley. Um, Let me see what else do we got. San Francisco's looking beautiful. Um, yeah, it looks like a beautiful weather all the way around.
So
Um,
nice to live in Northern California. I made a great decision to stay out here. When the Air Force brought me, I knew instantaneously that this life was for me. And I'll give you a good example. I may be working on a melanoma, but I've I've had a summer tan 12 months a year for 50 years, it seems.
Right.
So, and I'm a sun worshiper and a meditator and a walker. So, I'm loving life, being healthy, and that can change minute to minute. So, I'm unbelievably grateful to
What
my
do they say?
parents
Oh,
for the good genes.
right.
That's has a lot to do with it. And my mindset to say fuck it all when I had to. Uh, not to my parents necessarily, but sometimes people are included. And it makes you feel good that you can. And it makes me feel good when my son, Philip, has the ability to say fuck you to his dad once in a while. And he's got a mind of his own. So what
Yeah,
can I
that's the problem with how we raise these independent kids of ours.
right, right. We raise them to be themselves,
Right.
and couldn't understand that generations ago at all. There was a lot of guilt being thrown around.
It
So
seems like every generation has that generational gap, if you will, but it seems to lessen with every generation. Maybe we get a little wiser, not much. We're making glacier movements,
right, glacier,
and so
absolutely.
because I think we still have that reptilian brain, we're still human. There's still all the other things that come in, jealousy and anger and
There's the ego in the id. It comes down to that too. You know,
right.
we're human, doing the best you can. And somebody wrote me a meme long ago that said if you're a parent, you were growing up with your kid. It wasn't like there's a book out there how to do it right.
Right.
And so
Well, that
you
goes
make
with
mistakes.
every phase of that goes with every phase of life. There's not a book on how to parent your kid. There's not a way to get through being old. There's not a way of
God knows.
there's a lot. That's what I mean. Life is constantly a learning. It's a it's a journey. It really is.
It's you got to go with the flow sometimes, and sometimes you have to avoid the flow.
Yeah, it's more
Um,
of the ebb and flow. You have to go with the ebb and flow of life.
and the flow. All right, Paulie, I love you, man.
Well, let's do that business before we get out of here. I love you too, but let's do some business because that's the
Oh
stuff
yeah.
that we got to do the stuff that keeps the lights on. All right, here we go, guys. I'm going to mute Ziggy because I tell you everything I do. I can't walk and chew gum at the same time. As Ziggy said, we're all lawyered up, and here we go. Roll the film, folks. Whether it's criminal defense, estate planning, or civil litigation, the answer is the law offices of Andrew Doja. Call us today at 510-865-1600 or find us on the web at dojalaw.com.
For tenant and landlord disputes, there's no other than the law office of Jeff Canberra. Call now 1-510-865-7369 and don't forget to tell them Zig sent you.
All right, another thing is, hey, please go like, subscribe, ring that little bell wherever podcasts to be seen. That's right. We're inviting you into the zone. That's right. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and now Twitch. There's the addresses. Go like, subscribe, ring that little bell. And as soon as a new webisode drops, you'll be notified. And then This is the part I like to do because it transitions over to Zig. Zig says, what does Zig say?
Zig says support your local community service center. What the hell am I saying? What do we
Head,
support? Well,
we look our local Head
Head
Start
Start.
program.
Wait a minute. Let's take two on that.
All right, let's do this.
Support
Nobody's
your Head
watching anyway. And action.
No, and as you can tell, we're not even listening to what we're saying ourselves. But it's in case you are listening and want to do something great for your community, wrap up some new or lightly used children's books and take them to your Head Start center in whatever community you are. Have a book drive, make it a neighborhood thing, but get kids reading, get kids to have a passion, and life will be better. You'll see. It's good to
And
give.
that's right. Head Start programs help children get ready to succeed in school and in life. That's right. Early learning and development, health and wellness, family well being, and family engagement all starts with reading. So give the gift of literacy. You know, you read a book to a child, before you know it, they're reading it to themselves. And the next thing, they're passing it on to the next generation. That's right.
And
Give
that
your local Head Start
generation could
program.
be the old geezers who can use some attention and consider going to an old age home and reading to people, playing the guitar, entertaining people. Be a community, folks. We are not the Trump era. That will not define us. And Trump taking away all the benefits from society encourages people to replace them with their own tax free dollars. So I'm confident that life is going to be good. And as I say, I've never been so encouraged as recently as to know Trump is the walls are caving in on him.
Yeah,
I'm
especially the walls of his mind are starting to cave in. One thing I want to mention while we're in that segment where we're pitching everything, you guys, we're always looking for supporters. Please go support Zig in the Zone again. Not only like and subscribe and Edge Studios, but give wherever you can. We're looking for more people to create in this space. We are looking for more people. So if that's you, please reach out to us at edgestudiosonline at gmail.com. We would love to help you express yourself, no matter what your space is.
And remember, Zig in the Zone has every episode, every offering, as I have with all the YouTubes, countless 3,000 plus YouTubes, are all, every one of them archived on YouTube. You'll see some great stuff and a lifetime's worth of work wrapped up into 12 years. I didn't work much in life, but I think I've made up for it in the last 12 years.
There you go.
This this offering notwithstanding, um, we're doing the best we can. And as I say, I love you, Paulie, for what you do.
Absolutely. And I appreciate you, Ziggy, and thanks for having me along for the ride. I just, it wouldn't be the same without you, my friend. So I appreciate
Hey,
you.
Paulie doesn't realize I'm along for his ride. So we're a mutual, um, what's that word? We're getting tired and stoned. How about that?
If they say
Mutual
misery need,
Admiration Society.
there you go. And
Uh,
if they say misery needs company, well, stoners need friends. There you go. All right,
Oh
guys.
yeah. God
From
knows.
one friend to another, Ziggy, love you too, buddy. We are out of here. Please
All right.
stay in the
Thanks for
zone,
listening,
even
everybody.
stay in the zone even when you're not with us, folks. And Ziggy,
And share with your friends. Share this stuff. It's good.
yeah, George Patrick used to say a thing when he would give someone his book. He would say, "Hey, don't keep it to yourself. Pass it around like a good joint."
Absolutely.
All right, you
Absolutely.
guys, and do that with the zone. Don't bogue it to yourself. Pass it along. Share it with a friend. We'll see you
All
guys
right.
next week in the zone. Until then,
Have
bye.
fun.